Hi, Jay Cantabaris here from Med1. I am a nationally registered respiratory therapist covering the ResMed AirCurve 10. The first thing I'm going to cover is the humidification chamber. This is for patient comfort. So once you fill this chamber up, make sure you always fill it just a little bit below the max line. The reason being is if you overfill it, you could potentially damage the machine. So once you fill it, just close the thing till it clicks, then slide it back into place. Now I'm going to show you how to get into the clinical setup menu. You hold the home button and the confirmation knob up to 3 seconds. Now you're in the clinical menu. To get into the clinical menu, you push the confirmation knob on settings. Now you have up to 6 different modes to choose from. The first mode is CPAP. CPAP is just expiratory pressure setting. The second mode is S mode, which is a fixed bilevel. What the fixed bilevel mode does is delivers a constant fixed pressure for inspiratory and expiratory. Next mode, you have ST mode, which ST mode is BIPAP mode. Then your following mode is T, which stands for tidal. So that's just another form of BIPAP. Then your 6th mode you have is IVAPS. So IVAPS is that intelligent volume assured pressure support. So what that does is it targets a minimum ventilation to automatically adjust pressure support. Then your last mode is PAC, which is pressure assist control. That just delivers a pressure control mode. So now I'm going to go into the mode of CPAP and show you how to adjust the pressure settings. Now remember, based on whatever the physician order is what you set the pressures at. So let's say, for instance, this doctor's orders is a CPAP of 8. So you press the confirmation knob in, scroll down to 8. Once you get to 8, you confirm by pushing the knob in again. Then the next setting you have is your interface. So the ResMed AirCurve 10 offers 3 different interfaces: pillows, full face, and nasal. The next mode I'm going to discuss is BIPAP mode. So again, based on the physician's orders, just for an example, let's do a BIPAP of 20/5. So you scroll down to IPAP, turn it all the way up to 20. Once you get to 20, then you use the confirmation knob, push it back in, and then scroll down to EPAP to adjust if needed. Now be mindful, when you're in a BIPAP mode or any mode that has a backup rate, you never want to set it below 8 for safety reasons. And then again, as I showed you on the previous mode, you could scroll down to mask, which is the interface, and then you pick between the 3 different types of interface: pillows, full face, and nasal. Then the next mode is T, tidal. So again, like I stated, it's another form of BIPAP. Again, based on the doctor's orders, you would set an IPAP and an EPAP, and then set a respiratory rate. Then you have IVAPS. Based on the physician's orders, you'd put in the patient's height, put in the target patient rate. Then you want the alveolar ventilation set. Typically, you would always set it 7 or below. And then again, you go down to EPAP, which is the expiratory pressure, set that according to the physician's orders. Minimum pressure support, maximum pressure support. And then again, you have your mask type. So the interface again is pillows, full face, or nasal. Then your last mode is pressure assist control. So this is basically a mode where you're just delivering pressure. You have an IPAP pressure setting and an EPAP pressure setting, and then you have a backup rate, which again, you'd want to always be greater than 8. Now, once you're done with all your settings, you scroll all the way to the top, hit the home button, and then scroll up and exit clinical menu. Now I'm going to go over how to connect the manufacturer recommended ResMed circuit. You have your heated connector here, and then you also have an O2 bleed-in. So to use the O2 bleed-in, just remove the cap. Based on the physician's orders, based on liters per minute, or FiO2, you place an O2 tubing on top of the O2 bleeding and attach it to a flow meter on the wall or a concentrator. Please note, if you don't use the bleed-in, cap it. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to connect the circuit to the device. Be mindful of the heat connector. It needs to line up with the port. Push in until you hear a click. Next, connect the interface. Lastly, to start therapy, press the start and stop button. Thank you for watching our instructional video. If you have any questions, please contact your local representative or visit our website, med1group.com.